Hey guys, this is John from Walton's, and this is Walton's Holly Pork Sausage Seasoning. Breakfast sausage is the most popular style of sausage across the entire country. So many of you guys start your day off with a link, a patty, or some loose sausage that it's driven sales of sausage seasoning off the charts. Now, the good news for you is of all the sausages, breakfast sausage, or as it's also known, pork sausage, is the easiest to make. We really are talking about just grinding, mixing, and stuffing here. We want to start with something with a good fat content around 20%, which once again, we like pork butts for that because it's right at that 20%, 20 to 25, and they're relatively inexpensive and they're at every grocery store across the nation. So what we're gonna do is take the bone out of this by separating as much of the lean meat from the bone as possible. Then we're gonna put the chunk of just meat aside and start working on that piece with a lot of bone. We want a flexible boning knife at this point so we can get around all the nooks and crannies and get as much of meat off of that bone as possible. Then we're gonna cut the meat into strips thin enough to fit down the throat of our grinder. We like long strips for this. It's just a little bit easier for that grinder to grab it with its auger and push it down to the plate and knife. Now, if you're using traditional grinding systems, you're gonna wanna grind twice. First through a 3/8 plate and then second through a 3/16 plate. I have seen some people use a 1/8 plate for breakfast sausage, but I don't recommend that. You want it to have a little bit of chunkier of appearance, similar to it like a bratwurst. If you're using the Walton's one-shot dual grinding system, just put your 3/16 plate on the outside, pass it through once, and you're completely done. Now to mix, we've got our Walton's Holly Pork Sausage Seasoning, and it absolutely is our best seller. Now when we're mixing this, we can add a little bit of water if we want, but we don't have to. The only reason we would add any water is to make mixing a little bit easier. Pork sausage by itself does not require any extra water being added to it. So we're just gonna mix it in until all the seasoning is mixed throughout the meat. We don't wanna get protein extraction. We also don't really want any other additives in here. There's no reason for Sure-Cure, there's no reason for Sure Gel, nothing like that. So it really is just the seasoning and the meat. I told you this product is extremely easy to make. Now when we're stuffing it, we're just gonna grab something like our 11-pound sausage stuffer, and then we're gonna put on the stuffing horn that our casing will fit over if we're making links. If we're making patties, we're gonna use the Walton's Quick Patty Maker, and we're gonna use the breakfast slider insert. That's a nice small patty size. It's perfect for breakfast sausage patties. If you're doing loose, just stuff it right into some pork sausage bags and cook it up with your breakfast whenever you want. Now, they're extremely easy to make, but the cooking part is on you. We like a griddle for breakfast sausage because it gets a nice little char, some caramelization on there, but you can do it in a pan. You can really cook it however you want. Just make sure that you're cooking it up to 160 degrees. This is still ground pork, so we've taken anything that might have been on the outside of that muscle and we've mixed it all throughout. So you really do want to cook it up to 160 degrees just to make sure you're not starting off your day with food poisoning. Now, if you are making links, the easiest thing to do is just use fresh collagen and usually the 21 millimeter. You can absolutely use sheep casings if you want, but you're definitely gonna get more of a curve than you would with the collagen casings, and they're a little bit more difficult to prepare. You're gonna have to pre-rinse them and then soak them for at least 30 minutes in hot water. Whereas the collagen casings, you simply take it, put it on the stuffing horn, and you're good to go. We get asked here all the time, like, what's the most traditional sausage we sell, bratwurst we sell, things like that. This is absolutely the answer for breakfast sausage. Now this seasoning has good tastes of sage, thyme, and marjoram. If you're somebody who doesn't like a sage breakfast sausage, this probably isn't the best choice for you. It's not overpowering, but it's absolutely there. Like I said, this is the classic breakfast sausage. If you're looking for something that's gonna taste like just like what you can buy at the store, but better, this is the seasoning that you definitely wanna try. And once again, it's a super simple process. Works great with deer, actually any wild game, store-bought pork. Any meat you put this on is gonna be phenomenal. As always, remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and visit waltons.com and meatgistics.com to find everything but the meat. Thanks for watching. I'm John with Walton's, and we'll see you guys next time.
Subscribe to Walton's YouTube channel to check out more meat processing videos. Shop waltons.com to find everything but the meat. Or check out more hand-picked videos by clicking here or clicking here.